This show and tell painting is about the piece Reflections. This started off as a Facebook Live demo piece. We were looking at how to paint chrome and how to get that realistic feeling of chrome. But it turned into more than that. It's a 5x7 painting of a 34 Packard. It just all kind of came together in a really, really nice way. So let's take a closer look. When I ship out a painting, normally it's framed. This was a little bit different instance because it was a Facebook Live video. I decided to keep it unframed for two reasons. One, it gives the collector a chance to pick out the perfect frame for it themselves. Two, it allows me to put the painting up for less than it would if it had the full framing job on it and everything. So because it was a demo piece, it just made a lot of sense to leave it unframed to kind of keep the cost down on this. When you get an unframed painting from me, which is rare, but if you do, I'll always make this foam packaging for it. It's acid-free foam board and the hinged top, and the painting is inside. Now if it's a clay board piece, you'll actually get a little inset so the painting will sit inside the foam. With the UPO paper, which this is on, I just use acid-free photo corners to hold it in. This painting was a blast. It originally came up because someone had asked for a demo on how to do chrome and how I kind of approach it. This 34 Packard was in my reference photo file for a while. I've actually done this car before in different angles. I looked at the photo as I was looking through photos. I found this one and I was like, yeah, that's definitely it. It had a lot of great things going for it as far as a demo went. With the demos, I like to get them done within the time frame that we have. Usually that's about 2 hours. With this one, I knew I couldn't get the whole painting done in 2 hours, so I did a lot of it before the feed. We were concentrating mostly on the chrome, this bumper specifically. I left the hubcap and the headlight as well. However, we didn't really have time to do them. We just kind of worked on the bumper. So again, I knew I'd be in that position. So I wanted to get it kind of all done so that as the feed ended, the painting was mostly done. I did go on and do the hubcap separately and do a little bit of the details separately too. But I loved it. It just kind of allowed me to kind of explain how I approach this stuff with the chrome, and worked out really well. The star of this painting is supposed to be the chrome, but it really turned out to be this amazing blue violet from Createx. This blue violet right here in the middle, the deepest part, that's pretty much right out of the bottle. And then the fade, as it kind of shows the brighter sky and the horizon, that's just added a little bit of white to it. But that vivid violet blue right in the middle, that's the color. It's absolutely beautiful. What I love about this color and the way that this painting kind of turned out is that it is a black car, but because it is so highly polished and it was spotless, it reflected like a mirror. So it reflected that blue sky perfectly. So it's difficult to tell whether the car is blue, like a deep blue, or if it's black. So I love that. I love that. You can kind of take that in either direction. So I see this painting being framed. Ideally, I mean, you could drop it into a 5x7 frame. It's exactly 5x7, or it's a little bit bigger, so you can, have a little room to play. You can put it into a 5x7 frame. You'd have to cut it down, but ideally this needs a mat. And in that case, it would be very easy to put this into like an 8x10 frame with a nice mat or double mat, maybe to bring out some of the blue, or even some of this tan would be nice too. The frame color could go anyway because it's primarily blacks and grays, so you can really kind of take the frame in any direction. This could even be framed out to an 11x14. The point with this one was I wanted to keep it at a very, very standard size. This 5x7 is a very, very common size for a frame. I did that because I'm sending it unframed, and if someone collects this and doesn't want to have someone else frame it, this is a very easy painting to frame. Again, it just needs a mat and glass. It is on UPO, which is a synthetic paper, and it's got a UVLS clear on it like I do all the paintings. So this could essentially just be like this. It would be fine if it wasn't under glass. However, because the UPO paper is really thin, that can add to its ability to kind of move around if it's left like this on the wall, for instance. It probably won't because it's a synthetic paper, but I don't like to usually take the chance, especially with an original painting. So if it was in my hands, I would put a mat on this and frame this under glass. And there you have it. That is the Packard painting. So the name of this is Reflections, for obvious reasons. And if you are enjoying the show and tell videos, just hit that like and subscribe. So I'm Steve Leahy. Thanks a lot, and I will catch you next time.